Hi, it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some fall makeup because it is technically the second day of fall, but we'll call it the first day of fall since the technical first day of fall fell on the weekend. Like, you know, the first day of anything falling on a weekend just feels, you know, like we can push it to the next business day. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's just hop right into how I achieved this look. I did some of the more boring parts like priming and my eyebrows off camera, so if you want to know what products I use for those or want to see everything, then I can definitely do a video that's like from top to bottom, but I just find that those are like, oh, just use what you like. So today I'm going to be using the Melt Cosmetics 27 palette. I haven't used this in a while and it does have a really nice array of colors, I feel, for the fall time. Just kind of like a little bit of warm tones, a few cool tones, like just a little bit of everything. And since I'm 27, my laundry is done. But since I'm 27 and now that it's fall, it's actually coming on like the end of my 27th year of life. Like I'm about to be 28 pretty soon. I don't know, I kind of just wanted to use this one, especially since it's also a little bit nostalgic. I'm gonna start off with the shade Nip Slip and put that in the crease, but it's a little bit, I don't want to necessarily say, well, I don't remember exactly what I was saying before my thing went off, so maybe if that thought comes back, we'll see. If it doesn't, oh well. I do not have like music to put in here, so I'm just gonna start like taking requests. What y'all want to hear me to sing? I don't know if I can really sing, but yeah, taking requests for singing below. Then I am going to use the shade Downtown, which is darker. I just wanted the Nip Slip shade as kind of like a starting off blending point so that it would blend more seamlessly upward. And honestly, I'm using the same brush because I do want those two to blend together nicely. Now I'm going to take the shade Thick, which is kind of honestly similar to Downtown but a little bit cooler tone, and I'm gonna put that all over the lid. I shouldn't even say cooler tone. I feel like Downtown almost pulls a little bit more like peachy and Thick pulls a little bit more, you know, almost purpley mauve. And then going back in with my blending brush. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of Thick on that blending brush and angle my brush upward to again melt all of those colors together so that there's not like a harsh transition between where each shade is. It just kind of blends all out, even though of course the way that my lid is set up, I have that like crease that's like right there. I think my lids are hooded, kind of hooded, semi-hooded. Either that or I just don't really have a lot of lid space. And then with a completely clean fluffy brush, that's when I'm going to blend all the way upward toward my eyebrow. Yes, Miss Kalia, I hear you giving me some meeps. What you meeping about? And then for liner, I'm going to take a mixture of the darkest two shades, which are Whiskey Knee and Moonchild. Whiskey Knee is more of a just straight up deep brown, and Moonchild just has a little bit of a red tone to it because I wanted to kind of, again, keep some of the red tones pulled in. But I'm going to take on a, what is this kind of brush? Like a little pointed brush, and just a mix of the two and bring it like I'm winging it out. But I'm also going to bring some up into like the crease corner area, almost creating like a cut crease shape on just the outer end of my eye, and then filling it in a little. Same thing on the other side. It's sometimes hard because my eyes are two different shapes to like get the shape even on both sides. One of my favorite things about using eyeshadow as a liner, especially if it's a good quality shadow, is that it's deep enough and like will show up, you know? But you can also just wipe it away if you keep making a mistake like I do. And be calm. It is okay. It is just makeup. Be gentle with yourself today. And again, with our blending brush, just gonna kind of blend out the edges of that and soften it up. I feel like this is like semi-grunge, you know, it's warm, it's not quite super smoky, and even though I'm probably gonna add a little bit of black liner, actually let me just do that now, like to the, you know, close to my lash line. Again, I still just feel like it's not completely like grunge, which I can get grungy. I feel like this is good for, again, the transition. Plus, I'm wearing green today, so sometimes I like to coordinate colors, and I feel like kind of warm, almost bricky red shades look good like these without it being like too matchy Christmas. This is just another one of those angled brushes, by the way. And I'm actually going to take the other one with some shadow and use that to kind of blend, because I put a little more than I wanted to on this eye. Okay, done with the eyes for now, and honestly my base routine doesn't really change much, just because again I'm using mainly my Project Pan products, or trying to. So I have the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, which I took the stopper out, so you know it's getting there. We can see that I'm like scraping around the edges, or hopefully you can see. But I've just been putting some on a little palette because that's easier than putting it straight on the face. And that's the recommended method from like makeup artists, not to put the product directly on your face. And I feel like it actually has improved the way that my makeup looks. And then I have been using a brush to apply it, or I guess more so place it. And then like I can come in here on the sides of my eyeshadow and kind of, you know, clean that up a little bit. Admittedly, I think my skin is starting to get a little bit pale for this shade of concealer, so I'm hoping that I'm able to finish it super soon. But honestly, again, like you saw how much I put, or maybe you didn't, I don't remember if I showed the palette, like put it far enough to the screen. But I don't need to use a lot of this every time. And then I'll take my beauty sponge just to continue blending, press it into the skin, and pick up any extra product. Honestly, I've been liking using this, and this isn't a beauty blender, this is technically the e.l.f. sponge, but I have been using this a lot more dry than wet, and honestly I like it dry, again because it can pick up some of the extra product, so that, you know, I just get the coverage that I need. Again, something in my Project Pan, which is definitely panning, the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I just take that on a like fluffier concealer brush. This is one from e.l.f. and I try to only really set like under my eye and in this area because I don't have my foundation on yet. So again, I just set the area that I'm probably not really going to put foundation on. Foundation has been the Milani Conceal, oh my gosh, come on camera, the Milani's Conceal the Influencer Hand Conceal Imperfect foundation stick, foundation stick in the shade Nutmeg, which is basically the same shade as my concealer at this point, but it's fine. I don't really like doing like a super bright under eye. And then I use the e.l.f. Power Grip because honestly I don't love this as like an at the end setting mist. I feel as though it is a little bit, how do I say, it's a little bit dewy. And I know it's supposed to be dewy, but I just feel like it kind of makes me look a little, like even look right now with this foundation, this foundation, like, it's not, you know, a particularly dewy but also not a particularly matte. I feel like it's usually more of a not even satin finish, like a natural skin finish. Again, not too dewy, but like with this e.l.f. it's looking a little slick, just a little. So yeah, that's why I like to use this one to like wet my face to blend out my products, but I haven't really been using this one as much like towards the end. It's a product that honestly isn't my favorite. I prefer my Milani spray or like other ones. Gosh, cat hairs galore. Going in, same powder, the Kosas Cloud Set. This is the shade Pillowy, by the way, and everything will be down below linked. I'll put the like colors that I wear. I know that not everyone is going to wear the same shades as me, but I'll still put it down there in case we are shade twins, or you know, you're just curious. See how much that helps with settling down all of that dewiness. Yeah, we need that. I even like put it over my brows because I feel like my brow area starts looking super you know. Back to this palette, we're gonna take a mixture of the Whiskey Neat and Moonchild shades that we put on the outer corner and just mimic the same thing, put it on the outer corner of the bottom. Again, since I want to make it kind of grungy, I'm coming down a little bit further than maybe I would with this color, and even further in on the eye than I would normally just for this style of makeup. But I do really like it because, again, I just feel like it gives that really like cool girl, not quite tired eye, but like there's just something model-esque about it to me. Like, I don't know what it is, and I feel like it really suits my eye shape as well to bring. Maybe this needs to be like my normal way that I do eyeshadow and liner, because I really feel like it just suits the way that my face shape is, or eye shape and face shape, because all of those go hand in hand. But I just feel like it's really giving me like a nice like look. I can't even explain it. I don't even think I want to put any black on there. I feel like I'm good with this. So again, back to kind of the boring stuff. This bronzer, my Physicians Formula, that is in my project pan. We're getting close. We are getting close. If you've been keeping up with my project pan on any of my platforms, where's my bronzer brush? If you've been keeping up with my project pan, then you would know that this one, like between a year ago and now, this amount of progress is actually, like, I've put a good dent in it. Do I think I'm gonna finish it by the end of the year? Probably not, if I'm being completely candid, because it's a dense powder. Like, I'd be digging my brush in it. And a lot of people said that there's cracks a lot when they started getting towards the end like this. And I've had a few instances where it's like kind of cracked around the sides, but not really enough for me to finish the product any quicker. So I don't know if just like the deeper shades are, you know, they have a little bit of a different formula, they're pressed more. So I have no idea. You know, the pigments do something different. Either way, it's just, oh, see, speak of the devil a little bit. You saw that crack off? I feel like the universe loves to humble me in that way. Like, oh, you said something on camera, let's put on camera too. I truly don't know how long I was talking without showing anything I was doing. So let's go back over my steps and where I think I was. I used and was gabbing about the Likely Makeup Clown Blush palette because I absolutely love this palette, especially for fall. I just feel like it has all of the quintessential fall like blush colors. You know, it's, I mean, even a yellow blush, if you have a use for a yellow blush, that's what I was talking about, that I use this palette so much, but except for this one, but even this yellow blush, which it's called Carnival, I will still mix it with some of the other shades just to adjust the pigment and like tone of the shade. So yeah, either way, the one that I'm wearing today is the shade Circus. I was going into the whole thing about how on the Clock app it is currently like a trend sound, or I guess trending sound, about red blush, and how Victoria's Secret models, the makeup artists that were doing makeup on them usually use red blush instead of like a pink or any other type of blush, because it mimics the natural flush of the face. And I was saying how I like a lot of blush. I know for some people this is probably over blushed, but I just put it, I shouldn't call it, I got this technique from Julia Adams MUA. It's called the wave technique, which is basically just like, I have always put my blush like on my cheekbones because I have higher cheekbones and I like the way that it accentuates them, but I also put it on like the center of my face and on my nose to kind of almost mimic a kind of sunburn slash out in the cold type of thing. And then I also put just like a slight little bit on my chin because I feel like it kind of blends everything together and makes it look less like the blush is just like sticking out on my cheeks. But I am not a blush on the forehead person, so I leave my forehead alone. I'm not really a makeup on the forehead at all person, if I'm being honest. And then we were talking about highlight, which is a step I was on. This is the Super Shock Cheek from ColourPop in the shade Drop of a Hat, which I use honestly most of my highlighters. As I was saying before I realized that my thing was cut off and I needed to restart the camera. What is that called? It is, I use it like a blush topper. I like to put my highlight on top of my blushed areas and on my Cupid's bow just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more, but on my blushed areas just because I feel like it melds better. And what I was saying is that like sometimes I know that I could just, instead of using two separate products, like hypothetically use a shimmery red blush to do the same thing, but for some reason I feel like a matte red blush just looks and works better than a shimmery red blush. I can't really explain it to you, but it just does. If anyone can explain, I don't know what it is about a matte red blush, like the shimmer blushes or shimmer red blushes, there's just something about them that again is off versus like putting a highlight on top of a matte red blush. Anywho, now we're into my faux freckles, which I did a whole faux freckle video before, so you can definitely go check that out if you want to know more in depth about the placement, the products and stuff. I'm using Freck XL today, which is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm just dotting, not trying to think too hard about it, not trying to be too precise. This song got your ear, then chicken pox is guess your house is where my other sock is. Gosh, I feel like I need 10 more little, what do you call it, things to catch all of the cat hair that accumulates in this apartment. And then I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray. My older sister gave this to me because she actually didn't like it, but I really do like it. However, I feel like it's very similar to the way that the Milani one works for me, and the Milani one is cheaper, and I again really like that one. So it's just kind of like, unless I have a coupon or like have a reason to get this one, I probably won't. But it's nice to have. I appreciate my older sister for giving it to me, and you know, we love reduce, reuse, recycle. Then same mascara that I always use, the Honest Beauty one. It has like a lash primer on one side, which I think I'm getting close to running out of this because I feel like I'm having to like scrape at the sides, which again, a good, you know, positive thing to have or problem to have. I feel like running out of products, especially when you have as many products as I do, is like, again, it's an accomplishment. I wouldn't do project pan videos or want to do project pan videos if I didn't see it as an accomplishment to finish products. Well, I need to get the lip product I want to wear out of my purse, so let's hold. Actually, wait. Let me see if I want to wear this one instead, because sometimes I want to wear this one, and you know what, I do want to wear this one. This is Phytosurgence Warm Waves from their Calm Collections lip balm collection. I have a little lab sample. It's the final formula, but it is a lab sample of the final formula. But I put this on. I was gonna get Brave Break, which is a little bit of a deeper, vampier color than this, but I was like, you know what, I kind of like the way this is looking with the rest of the look. You know, maybe a little bit. Let me get a deeper lip liner. I think that's what's gonna set it off. This is the Milani Understatement lip liner in the shade not hot cocoa, rich cocoa. Overshot a little, but we're just gonna blur it out. Oh yeah, look at this side versus the other side, especially with this look. Like, of course I could wear this on its own and do wear this on its own a lot, but like with this look specifically, like, yeah.
Cause I've been acting like sour milk out on the fault and shut the refrigerator. Maybe that's the reason I've been acting so cold. If I could escape and recreate a place, my own world.
It's making my lips look so pouty. Yeah, this is her for the fall. I think I said whatever other one, Brave Break. I think that I said that one was the one for fall. I think this one might be the one. This is what the completed look is looking like. I really like it. I feel like it's gonna be a go-to for me, even though I don't typically wear the same makeup all of the time. I'm a person who loves to switch things up, but this look I just feel like really complements like my features, my coloring, like my life, my style. I feel like I could throw on pretty much any outfit with this and look and feel like a 10 out of 10. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want to see. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy wherever you are when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.